Yes?
Here's the team for today's trial.
I'm sorry, Douglas,
You'll notice that I've given you 4 fast bowlers. You needn't use Gubby much, but I'd like you to give Larwood, Vose and Bowes a thorough workout.
Yes, well...
I've instructed them to try a bit of leg theory, so you'll give them whatever field placings they ask for.
That's 4 quicks.
What?
They're playing 4 fast bowling.
Are you ready for the toss, Bill?
Where's Jardine?
Mr. Jardine's not playing.
Mr. Wyatt, I'd like to change the field a bit.
Of course, Harold. What would you like?
Try some leg theory.
Well, Douglas said you might. They've only got 50 on the board. It seems a bit early to go on the defensive.
No, well, I want to go on the attack. See, the ball may have lost its shine, but the pitch is still lively. Good bit of bounce. I'd like 2 men in the deep and 4 close in on leg side, please.
Seems a trifle excessive. Look, what's I give you 1 extra man close in?
Mr. Jardine wanted me to try it with more, Skipper.
4, you say?
Aye, please.
Gubby, short forward square leg, please. Bill, deep square leg. Walter, leg gully.
Oh, what's this?
Yes, fine, fine. Yeah.
You are sure?
Yeah, fine.
Bastards. They are bowling for the batsman.
That's fine, go.
Up.
Oh,
gee.
Pretty bad bowlers.
Where would you like us to field this time, Bob? Normal positions, please.
Mr. Wyatt. I'll have the same field as Harold, thank you.
to get hit. Is it true that you went fishing?
Aye, fishing, so I heard.
He's a strange one, that.
Keeps himself to himself, that's all.
Well, he was right about those leg theory tactics anyway.
Aye.
He knows what he's doing, all right.
Oh, Mr. Warner.
Well, that's... Mr. Douglas. Mr. Douglas.
Aye, in the carriage.
Have you seen the newspapers? I'm rather worried about what the Australian press is saying about our bowling tactics.
I'm not interested in what the Australian press has to say.
Well, it's just that they suggest that our tactics are... that they could cause a nasty accident.
Oh, none of my tactics is accidental.
My dear fellow, you don't understand. They are saying that we are deliberately trying to hit the batsman. This could cause considerable friction for us.
Well, that is a managerial problem within your realm, Plum. I am here to win the Ashes.
And it just seems to me it was simply a lively wicket that day.
Then, of course, there was the rain.
In Melbourne, there's always the rain.
Yes, there was the rain, and it was a lively wicket. But I've played a lot of cricket on lively wickets. And I know that that bowling was part of a premeditated plan of attack.
Are you suggesting that these tactics are against the rules?
I'm suggesting that these tactics are against the spirit of the game.
Thank you for your concern, Don. We'll certainly look into it.
We face a very dangerous situation. And if you don't act on it now, somebody will get killed.
That's a trifle dramatic, surely.
Don, we're here to discuss the matter of your writing during the tests.
You don't seem to understand how dangerous this thing can be. This ball weighs 5.5 ounces. A fast bowler like Larwood propels it towards the batsman at 100 miles an hour. That gives the batsman a fraction of a second to decide whether to play the ball or get out of the way.
What do you think about England's bowling tactics? What did you on the board talk about?
Cricket.
Don, you all right?
Yes, George. I'm all right.
Hello, Dr. Robertson. I'd like you to know you won't have to make a decision regarding my husband in the first test. The doctor's just seen him and decided that he's unfit to play. Here's Dr. Peters now.
Roberts in his first test. Line condition.
On behalf of radio station TUE, welcome to the Sydney Cricket Ground on this fine 2nd of December. It's certainly a day which every cricket fan in Australia has been waiting for since 1928-29, when the English cricket team last visited our shores. On that occasion, they took the Ashes back to England with them. Thousands and thousands of cricket lovers are streaming into the Sydney Cricket Ground on this, the first day of the first test between England and Australia. Despite the loss of Don Bradman, Captain Woodfull will lead a strong team of experienced greats, Ponsford, Grimmett, Oldfield, Kippax and Richardson. And the youngster Jack Fingleton is playing in his first test. So Stanley Cade, who taught England in 1930, will be playing in his first test in Australia.
You dressing for the heat, Finger?
No, for the sconers, Napper.
Hello there. I'm Alan Harvey, London.
Cooper, Sydney.
I usually cover tennis, actually. Oh. Sorry. This is my first test.
That's my only hat.
Now
you be quiet, all right?
You're not supposed to bring dogs in here.
No, he's all right. Look.
As skipper Jardine leads his team onto the field, we're reminded of what great names are included. Vice-Captain Wyatt has been an English skipper. Herbert Sutcliffe and Wally Hammond will undoubtedly go down in the history of sport as cricket immortals. Australian-born Gubby Allen is now a top amateur, and of course there's the fierce and awesome talent of that great bowler Harold Larwood, the Nottingham professional. And for those of you who are not familiar with Larwood, he's not very tall, only 5 feet 9 in height. But in the world of cricket, he's right on top of fast bowling. We see him now approaching Jardine, who examines the pitch before commencing his field placings. And the applause from the huge crowd as the Australian opening pair, Woodfull and Ponsford, make their way down to the gate.
Good luck, fellas.
Oh, Mum's made your favourite chocolate cake. She said you're only to get a piece if you're still in at lunch.
Got the armoured icing?
Certainly has.
I'll be there.
Good luck, mate. I'll take Larwood.
Good luck, Woody.
Morning, Bill.
Morning, Gubby. Lovely day for it.
Yeah.
Middle and leg, thanks, George.
That's fine, Wally.
That is centre and leg. Right arm over, Bill.
Yes!
Woodfull opens the scoring for Australia with a single. The two Bills, the great opening pair, Woodfull and Ponsford, out there in the middle, with all Australia right behind them. It's a good solid start for Australia with Ponsford on 10 and Woodfull on 4. There's a firm stroke again from Ponsford. It could be a couple more, with Jardine racing right out to the boundary. They're not scoring all that quickly, but the crowd doesn't mind that, and both batsmen are starting to look quite confident. Australia, no wicket for 16. The openers Woodfull and Ponsford looking solid against the fast attack of Larwood and Vose. Ponsford has notched up the first 4 of the innings, and Jardine once again chased the ball all the way to the boundary. And he hasn't moved back, even though it's the end of the over. England's captain looks deep in thought.
Try some leg theory, please, Harold. Right, skipper. Short forward square leg, please, Gubby. Herbert, leg slip. Wally, leg gully. Bill, second leg slip. Patty!
Now it's on for young and old.
So Jardine has decided to use this unusual placement. And this is my first opportunity to speak about the packed onside field, which we saw for the first time in Melbourne last week. There are wide open spaces on the offside, and the criticism of this leg theory is that the fast bowlers Larwood and Vose appear to aim directly at the batsman rather than at the stumps. And my question for Jardine, if he's not trying to bowl them out, how does he expect to dismiss experienced batsmen like Woodfull, Ponsford and McCabe? Well, Woodfull has the strike, and Larwood ready to start this first over with the new packed field on the onside. And it's short, and Woodfull's been hit. He made no real attempt to get away from that ball, and it struck him on the shoulder, on the left shoulder. Larwood just glares down the pitch and goes back to his bowling mark. The fieldsman crowding in. Larwood racing up at top speed. And this one's a real thunderbolt. And Woodfull ducking down as it goes through to the keeper. The whole character of this game has changed in 2 balls. A moment ago, the batsmen were right on top. But Larwood, plus this new field, has brought a different complexion to this test match. Woodfull ready. Larwood again. And he's played it away. Yes. And yes, he'll get runs here. This gives the crowd something to cheer. They've taken one. They've called for a quick second. A return, a misfield there. They turn a dive by Woodfull, but he's safe. And 2 more to Australia. It's a left-arm bowler, Vose. Come in from the far end. He'll bowl here to Ponsford, and Ponsford's been hit. That was a nasty one, got him right on the ribs. Ponsford for the first time has been hit. Ponsford tending to walk across in front of his stumps. Vose hasn't got the real pace of Larwood, but he's fairly quick. Ponsford just places one around the offside. They'll go through for a single, and that will bring Woodfull down to face the left-arm bowler Vose. Woodfull, the man they call the unbowlable. Okay, just a pull away from that one, which was short, about chest high, right over the top of the middle stump. Vose again. Woodfull gets an edge, has he? It's gone to the keeper. There's an appeal for caught behind. Woodfull, is he out? Yes, Woodfull is out.
Bad luck.
That's on.
Head down, Jack.
Australia won for 22, and it's the youngster Fingleton in his first test match to join Ponsford. He'll bat at number 3, the spot usually occupied by Don Bradman. The wicket fell off the last ball of the over. And Ponsford will be taking strike here to the new over from Larwood. No ball so far in the last few overs has been pitched up on a length. Larwood going right to the edge of the return crease. And a short once again Ponsford has struck. Bill Ponsford determined to be right inside the line of flight here. He's going right in front of his stumps. Here's Larwood, and Ponsford goes back this time and plays on the onside, gets a run. He's called them through, and they've taken a single. Yes, they'll be 3 for 1. Nice return, but well run. Now that brings Fingleton to face his first ball. The youngster looking pretty nervous to me. He'll be looking for that first run. And here's a rocket from Larwood that struck Fingleton just above the waist. It must have hurt. He's just rubbing the spot there. Fingleton learning very quickly what Test match cricket's all about. Fingleton goes down over his bat again, facing the fastest man in the world. Up comes Larwood. Fingleton plays this a nervous-looking shot. He might get a run. He is called through by Ponsford. They go through. Fingleton has scored his first run in the Test match, but a very streaky shot. It's a sequence of 4 straight short pitch balls with one in the middle that was on the stumps. Now, what will Larwood do this time? Bowling to Ponsford, and Ponsford goes across and he's gone right out, and his leg stump's been knocked out of the ground. Ponsford went too far across, and Ponsford's been bowled.
There goes my chocolate cake.
A major turnabout here at the cricket ground, and it's not good news for Australia. Ever since Jardine altered his field and the bowlers started using leg theory, Australia has collapsed. Woodfull, Ponsford, Fingleton, Kippax, all out. It's 4 for 72, and now McCabe joins Richardson at the crease.
Come on, Vic, let's give these Pommies some stick. Middle, thanks, Umpy.
A little to the on. Right.
Stuff. Stan McCabe has captured the hearts of every man, woman and child at this ground. He's 77 now, he's taken some risks, but can he go on in face of this English attack and score a century? Today, Stan McCabe has taken over the mantle of Don Bradley.
Gubby, leave Harold for a while.
Happy to, Douglas. But I'm not bowling to this field.
You'll bowl as I tell you to bowl.
It's bad enough having to feel to it. I won't bowl that way.
You will if you want to play.
You can't threaten me.
Do you want to play or not? Italy.
Crowd wild with excitement. McCabe is 97. Another three to make one of the greatest centuries ever seen on this ground. He's taken many chances, but surely Dame Fortune will smile on him for just 3 more runs.
Just like that. Don't expect me to do it again. Do it again.
At lunch on the second day of the first test, Australia all out first innings for 360, and of these no less than 187 to Stan McCabe. And his batting on this second morning was just sensational. Now it's England's turn, and can Hammond, Sutcliffe and company and the newcomer Patowdy do as well as the Australians?
You are the cream of England's batsmen. I know that none of you is seeking personal glory, that you each share my philosophy of cricket as a game for 11 aside. I shan't try to lecture you on batsmanship, the condition of the wicket and so on. You're all prepared for that. Herbert? Well, perhaps you should be offering me advice. Bob, this is your first time here, and your first time as opener. But I know that you'll rise to the occasion. Walter, I recall that you were described as the greatest batsman in the world. I know that you'll live up to that. As for your Highness, I count it an honor to be your friend as well as your captain. May this be a glorious test debut for you. What more can I say? Though all we made depart, the old commandments stand. And patience, keep your heart, and strength, lift up your hand.
We've got them beaten now. Do you think we can ease up a bit on the short pitch bowling and the leg theory?
Not while Mr. Bradman is up there watching.
Like an avenging demon, Larwood has taken 5 for 28, and Australia is all out for 164. At the close of play, Australia's combined total of 524 is exactly the same as England's huge first innings. This means that England has to score 1 run only tomorrow morning to win the first test. An unhappy prospect for Australia.
Who's going to pay a shilling to see that tomorrow?
I am. You would too if you believed in our boys. You never know. It could rain for a week.
And so, with the absence of Bradman, England triumphs and the first of the 5 tests stopped. The critical questions are, will Bradman be fit for the second test stop? If so, will the cricket board allow him to continue to play stop? And finally, will Jardine's men continue bowling on the line of the body stop?
That'll be 3 and 4pence, thank you.
Crikey, I left me coat behind. Could you just send that off, dear? I'll go back and get my wallet.
I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to do that.
Look, fair go. If I don't send that off, I'll miss the deadline. How much is it?
3 and 4pence.
How's that?
Well, you're 4pence short.
That's all I got. Can I have your 3pence?
I'm sorry.
All right, I can lose a few words. How many do I have to lose?
3.
Righto. Change the line of the body to bodyline.
That's 2 words.
No, it's not, madam, it's 1.
Bodyline?
Bodyline.
What, Jessie?
It's Dr. Robertson.
Hello? Yes? I see. Well, I don't have any choice. I have signed a contract to write for a newspaper. Look, it's a contract, and I intend to honour it. Dr. Robertson, I can't play cricket forever. I've got to think of a career. And if cricket interferes with my career, then I must give up cricket. No, I'm afraid that's final. Goodbye.
G'day, Chuck.
Is it you?
Mr. Packer's busy.
Hello, Chuck.
Mr. Packer's busy?
You want to see me? We're in big trouble. You heard about the board's decision. They're not going to let him play because he's going to honour his contract to you. Now they're cutting off their nose to spite their face. Could be an improvement, eh? It's not doing our cricket any good. Bradman's our one chance of keeping the Ashes. The whole of Australia worships the man. It's not just Sydney. He's all a lot of them have got to brighten up their lives. Many of them haven't even got a job. By Jinkos, they've got their national pride. It's our sporting men and women who feed that pride. The Pommies had to change the rules of billiards to try to stop Walter Lindrum. The Yanks murdered Fowler. And now our own Australian Cricket Board is trying to nobble Bradman? There are some fine batsmen on the Aussie team, I'm not denying that. But without the Don, we might as well burn the bales now and hand the Ashes to Jardine on a silver platter. I know I don't have to tell you how hard times are. Your newspapers carry stories every day of the destitute, the unemployed, the helpless, the homeless, the heartache. It's a grim picture. This country needs heroes, and that's what Don Bradman is. He's our hero.
Gentlemen, when Don Bradman was offered a contract to play cricket in England, I gave him a job so he could stay here and play for Australia. Now you're holding my contract against him and all Australia. Don't you realize what Bradman means to this country?
We'd like nothing better than to have Don play. But the board is restrained by standing orders.
In other words, gentlemen, you want me to carry the baby for you yet again. Well done. These gentlemen aren't keen on your writing for me, it seems.
There's nothing in my agreement with them which obliges me to play cricket. But my contract with you is very fair, Mr. Packer. You can force me to write.
Oh, I realize that. But I want you to forget writing. For the time being. That's right, Don. I'm releasing you from the contract. You can play in the tests. If you want to.
In that case, Mr. Packer, I will play.
At last. I have come 12,000 miles for this.